I'm President Trump, and I'm here to make Greenland the 51st state. I really am.
You know, when he started so heavily on Greenland, it was kind of a mix of, oh my God, I can't believe Trump is doing this. And also a little bit of jealousy, thinking, didn't you just want us as your 51st state? We're right here. You were trying to invade us a minute ago. You've forgotten us already. I was getting more and more frustrated the way he talks about it. And being a Canadian, you hear all this stuff, everybody has, oh, there's 5 people who live up there. They all live in Toronto, etc. And so when he was talking about how there's nobody up there, how, it's, and would sometimes call it Iceland, I'd get frustrated. And I thought, what would happen if he actually took the time to visit the places he plans to invade? So then I was talking to a field producer on the show, Corey Gibson, who I travel with when we do a lot of this stuff. And we talked about it. I guess you could go. I went to Mike Allison, the producer. It's a crazy idea. What if I go to Greenland? And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, talk to me. I said, but what if I went as Trump? And I've never done a character piece the whole time on a road trip before. And it was like, you know what? Let's swing for the fences and see what happens. So we went. My idea was talk to people as Trump. But then at the end, I wanted to ask everybody to speak to the camera as if you were talking to the real Donald Trump. What would you say? An experience you can laugh at is one you have to have a shared experience of. You know what I mean? When you laugh at something, 2 people are really communicating and kind of agreeing on something. So as a Canadian, I was talking to these Greenlandic people and I wanted to say, like, yeah, us too, man. Isn't that crazy? But we get that we are our own sovereign places, and that'll never change. So it was comforting in a way to talk to the neighbors about the other neighbor. There's a few protesters at this point. It was after the main protest, because I don't want to disrupt anything, right? And then I got up there and I start talking, and like I said, this like impromptu press conference breaks out, and I walk off and I go, oh, that was weird. And then he kind of comes up to me and he kind of shoves me, and as he's talking, he slaps my face and he pushes my chest, and I thought, dude, I'm not him. But he got kind of fired up. And I thought, well, I'm just going to stay in character. And then at the end, it's a nice resolve. We have been featured on Fox News a couple of times. They played the clips. So I assume he's always got that on. So maybe he knows, maybe not. I think if he did know, there would have been a tweet on Truth Social going, Critch thinks he's like me, but his giant pale head is nothing like mine, quite frankly. I've heard terrible things about Newfoundlanders. I would think that if he stepped back and realized that a comedian from Canada would be willing to fly to Greenland because it's so ridiculous that he would actually stop and listen to the people he's talking about, that it actually made it an easy decision because that would be so funny to hear him listen that we were willing to fly to Greenland.